Hi there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. Today we are looking at a Fairlady Z. This one here, the 370Z generation, which is the Z34. Now this one here is 114,000 kilometers, was bought from auction here in Japan for shipping over to the Netherlands. This generation of the Fairlady, we're not selling a lot of them. We probably will be in the coming years as rear-wheel drive and manual transmission cars get fewer and further between. This is going to be one of those go-to cars. So if you ever were interested in the car, get one now. There are plenty of them here in Japan and prices are fairly reasonable. Okay, now looking at the condition of this one, it appears to be pretty good. It is the 3.7 liter VQ engine, VG, VQ, VR, V something. It has been a while since I've shot one of these, and sometimes the stuff in my brain just kind of goes away. But I believe it is the VQ, but a 3.7 liter version of it, and puts out 336 horsepower, which is more than enough to go have some fun. It does have traction control if you're worried about too much power to the rear wheel drives. And yes, this one's going to Netherlands, where you're probably going to have to worry about that for at least some part of the year. Have a quick listen. And turn that off. Okay, we will come back to the interior, but for now I just want to say the oil and the coolant are both looking a-okay. And for 114,000 kilometers, this one is in, I said it was in good condition, but for the mileage, very much better condition than you would expect. It looks like it has lowered suspension on it and then stock wheels. A little bit weird to have the stock wheels with the regular suspension, but perhaps they took their wheels off and put the stock ones back on to sell it. Just going to close this. It's known as a reliable car. You can, of course, get parts in most parts of the world. I will say that whenever we shoot something like this that is fairly easy to find in North America, a lot of our viewers are like, why would you import one of these? But you also have to realize that we export cars to countries around the world. And of course, somebody's going to check if it's a good idea to import them before they buy one of them for their country. Somewhere like the Netherlands, maybe it's not easy to find a Fairlady there. I know that Max, one of our guys who comes from Germany, he said some of the cars that are popular here, they simply don't have them in Germany outside of some extreme, like 10, 15, 20 of them sort of thing. So it is interesting to think Europe has a lot of great cars. Sometimes they're a little skimpy on the Japanese cars, as many people who are living there are buying the European cars from the dealerships.
Want to see us having fun in Japan? Go check out our new channel. Link in the description.
Anyways, let's go ahead and translate this. It's the 2010 Fairlady Z. This is the version ST. I believe your upgrade is maybe some chassis things, maybe some stiffer suspension, but the big brakes are one of them. And yes, these are a forged wheel from factory, made by Reyes. And I've always thought that this wheel is a cool looking wheel, and they have a wider wheel on the rear than on the front with different offsets. Cool. I've always thought it's a really good looking car. This is one of the cars that I remember when it came out while I was living here in Japan, and kind of holds a special place in my heart for that. Okay, 114,358 kilometers, has been checked for authentic. This one has automatic transmission, but you can shift your own gears if you want to. Alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, leather, TV, Navi, and airbag. Something about the auto too, you get a several $1,000 discount for getting the auto over the manual. So if you do want to save that money, or you just don't want to make your budget stretch a little bit more, get a better conditioned car and you don't mind the automatic, that's where you go for saving a lot of money. Sales points. Purchaser and user, original 19-inch wheels, leather, and suede combination seats. And of course they call that a half leather seat. HID headlights, Bose sound system, HKS adjustable suspension, and it says original suspension is in the trunk, so we'll have a look at that as well. The car's already been reported on by Jacob, who is down there reporting on a Boxster at the moment, and I'm just here to shoot the YouTube video. So seat has wrinkles. As with any leather seat, that's going to be the case. Interior has some animal hair. In this case, not a big deal. It can be, when you see that on the sheet, maybe it's going to be a little stinky because the dog's been in the car a lot. Our white BB is very much like that, but most of the time I've found this comment will lower the price, and it's not going to be a huge detriment to the condition. And then wheel scratch, door mirror scratch, very small scratches, small dents. Body-wise, very close to perfect. It has scuff on the front bumper, which is minor. A fairly large scuff on the side skirt here, but it's not super conspicuous. and then a small scuff on that one. The rest of the body, super clean. And it's good to have that when the vehicle's black, because black is like a mirror to every area of your car that has been damaged. And I think the Fairlady looks pretty good in black. This is a good looking car. And now that the 400Z is out, I think you can expect that the prices of this one are going to be pretty reasonable. Fairladies have a tendency to have pretty long life cycles. We're talking 12 years or so between each one. And so it's not like these ones are, I don't know, if a car has a new generation every 4 years, it starts to look dated faster. The R35 GTR, those ones have been around for a very long time now, 15-year product cycle on those. And yet they still look pretty darn good on the road these days. And I think that same thing for these Fairladies. Let's pull back around. This one, being a later model, has slight differences in the bumpers and the headlights and whatnot. Okay, so looking at some damages here. Front bumper scuffs. Here they are. That's the only place that you can find them. So most people aren't going to be going underneath that. It's not really a big deal. You can see the one on this side skirt from up above. Right now it's dirty. Once it's clean, it'll become a little bit more visible. But if you take a look here, like right below my finger, there's a scuff there. Looks like somebody tried to cut a curb pretty close and ended up hitting the curb. There's a lot of really tight 90-degree corners in Japan, and hitting there is an easy place to hit. And when the car's lowered, more likely to have that issue. Look at the size of those pistons. That's huge for a 4-piston on the front, but those pistons are really large pistons. Yes, I have driven a Fairlady. I liked it. I feel like the car is better than me. I prefer an old car with a little bit more drama. This one feels like a modern car. It feels like a chassis of a German car. And that there would probably be your stock exhaust. Oh, and a light in the center. Look at that. Okay, we don't have a lot to go over on the exterior. Usually I'm going to point out more of the damages, but in this case, we're looking A-okay. And so we'll go now to the interior. Wheels, a number of them have some scratches on them, unfortunately. But again, the car looks a lot better on some different wheels. Like wheel gap here. See how the wheel looks a little inset? It changes the look of the car by putting a wheel that lines up with the fender a lot better. Pop for the trunk is down here. Here's your original suspension in there. And that's just going to be tossed out. Who makes that? Doesn't say. Oh, here we go. Tokiko. Tokiko makes some of the best suspension, by the way. Tokiko and Bilstein for OEM makers of suspension. Very good. I think they might be the same company, actually. I don't know. Somebody on the internet knows better than I do. Let us know. Okay, not a ton of room in the back of these. You can see it's fairly shallow. That's been the case for the Fairlady since way back when. I don't know why they do that. Maybe because fuel tank in here, something. But yeah, never really been a lot of space in here. This one, the 370, is a little bit better than the 350 because your big chassis brace that's in here really helps with handling, making you feel solid like a German car, but gets in the way of cargo room. The 350 had it closer to the struts here, and therefore taking up more of your space in the back. But honestly, you're not buying Grand Touring cars for cargo space, and it is a heck of a lot better than a Miata. Okay, on to the interior now. So yeah, it's a 4-seater. Typical of a lot of these Japanese cars, the rear seats aren't that big. So more like a 2-seater plus, 2+2. Big step up from the previous generation on interiors. The interior not only looks better, but it also feels higher end. A little bit of wear here by the handle and some scratches in there. Z logo on the scuff plate and a little bit of shoe damage there. Hasn't gone through, but do be careful getting in and out of your car or it will become an issue. Here's a look at the interior, and yeah, really liking the look of this over the previous generation. I think the previous generation feels more cheap, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, cheap cars can be incredibly fun. This one just feels a little bit more luxurious. By today's standards, it's still going to be a little bit cheap feeling, but not a lot cheaper feeling than the earlier one. Pardon me, there's no rear seats. I thought you could get these with rear seats. Oh, I feel like an idiot. But there's a 5 years coat on it. Probably a ceramic coating. I know that the Z32s, yeah, it's all coming back to me. That's some Celine Dion for you. The 32s had 4 seats, and the 31s had 4 seats. At least you were able to get them. And then from the 33, 34, and I guess 35 now, I think they might have gone to only 2 seats. Shows how much we buy and sell these cars. These days, I'm not doing very much research before shooting the video, because most of this stuff I'm well aware of. Oh, seat's got a little bit of a rip here, but it's only minor. It's in this. You can probably glue that back into place. Okay, so wrinkles in the side bolster here. Floor mat's looking good. Need to be vacuumed, but looking good. Pedal covers, the aluminum inserts. That's nice. Steering wheel with paddle shift. I don't know how this happened, but this one got all scratched up. And LEDs for your fuel gauge. Interesting. And your temperature gauge. I like that a lot. Very 1980s. And then tuner car like triple gauges there. Let's have a quick look at what those gauges are. They're not illuminating. Well, let's turn the headlights on. Now the car's just screaming at me. Start the car. Okay, battery voltage, clock, and oil temperature. Oil temperature is fantastic. I wish more cars had that, especially if you're going to be driving them any sort of sporty way. If oil gets over a certain temperature, it can be bad for the oil. You can burn it and it will lose its lubricity? I don't know, whatever that word is. Anyway, CD player here, navigation screen in there. Pull the key out so it's not yelling at us. Still gonna yell at us. Okay, automatic transmission, snow mode, pretty regular. Seat heaters, low and high setting. Single cup holder here. Some inputs there, that's kind of interesting. Cigarette lighter adapter there. Jacob grabbing between my legs.
Yo, finally get to see the vest.
And power seats there. Cool feeling inside here. Has a very cockpit kind of look to it. And look at this, the Bose sound has little tweeters up here to go along with the Bose mids that are back there. And I suspect probably a subwoofer somewhere. I know their older Fairladies had the subwoofer in it. Okay, we're gonna get out of the interior because that beeping is gonna drive people away from the video like crazy. We're going to wrap this up. The next car is gonna be an Altezza. Always a fun car to look at. Anyways, the end of the video has come. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are curious about importing cars yourself from Japan, hit us up. There's a link to our website in the description. My name is Derek Weldon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.